It takes great courage to acknowledge the patterns of negative thinking that keep us stuck in our pain. The negative emotions can generate chemical compounds in the brain that can be as addictive as drugs, trapping us in a cycle of suffering. Did you know that? The seductive nature of the pain body is a common obstacle on the spiritual path, as it feeds on our identification with our past and future, robbing us of the present moment, where true liberation lies. But the fact you are here, in this video, suggests that you are already on the path to awakening. To break free from the addiction to negative thinking, it is essential to cultivate self-awareness and mindfulness. Observe the patterns of your mind without judgment, and when negative thoughts arise, simply acknowledge them and bring your attention back to the present moment. You are not your thoughts, and you have the power to choose which thoughts to entertain and which to let go of. As we practice this awareness, we begin to see through the illusions of our mind and recognize the impermanence of our thoughts and emotions. We learn to detach ourselves from our pain body, to observe it without identifying with it, and to bring a compassionate, loving presence to our inner world. It is a process of surrendering, of letting go of the old patterns and embracing a new way of being that is rooted in our innate wisdom and spiritual essence. The pain body thrives on resistance, so try to accept whatever arises in the present moment without resistance. When we stop struggling against what is, we allow space for the light of awareness to shine through, transforming our pain into wisdom. Above all, be gentle and patient with yourself. Breaking free from the addiction to negative thinking is a process that takes time and practice. But with persistence and the right mindset, you can liberate yourself from the grip of the pain body and awaken to the infinite potential that lies within you. So, to all who seek to break free from the grip of negative thinking, let go of the past and the future, embrace the present moment, and trust in the power of now to lead you to a deeper, more meaningful experience of life. The key to breaking free lies in cultivating a deep awareness of the present moment, in learning to be fully present and accepting of what is, without judgment or resistance. This is the essence of the power of now, the transformational force that can awaken us to our true potential and help us transcend our pain. It's true that negative thinking can be incredibly addictive, but I believe it's not solely caused by the chemical compounds generated in the brain. While these chemicals do reflect what's happening on a mental and emotional level, the question remains, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? The human mind is a complex web of thoughts, emotions, and chemical reactions. We often find ourselves trapped in negative thought patterns that seem impossible to break free from. While it is true that emotions generate chemical compounds in the brain, we must not forget that the mind is the source of these emotions. The question of what comes first, the chicken or the egg, applies here. Do chemicals in the body cause negative thoughts, or do negative thoughts cause the release of certain chemicals in the body? The answer is not clear-cut, but what is clear is that addiction to negative thinking is a real and powerful force. This addiction is often connected to what spiritual teachings call the pain body, an emotional field that feeds on negative thoughts and feelings. It is this pain body that keeps us stuck in negative patterns, making it difficult to break free and find peace. If you become angry, certain chemicals will be released in the body. Conversely, if you become peaceful, these chemicals dissipate. Therefore, I don't believe the addiction lies solely in the chemical component of emotional states. Instead, I propose that the addiction to negative thinking is often linked to the pain body. The pain body is the emotional field that is fueled by negative thoughts and emotions, creating a vicious cycle. To break free from this addiction, we must acknowledge that on some level, it feels good to indulge in negative thinking. However, we must also realize that it is not a sustainable or fulfilling way to live. By cultivating mindfulness and practicing self-awareness, we can begin to disengage from our pain body and create a new, healthier emotional pattern. It is important to be aware of such repetitive negative thoughts, as they can consume and control our lives. By recognizing this addiction and the source of its satisfaction, we can take steps towards breaking free from it and finding true inner peace. We can train our minds to overcome the seductive pull of negative thinking and the pain body. If one is addicted to something, it is because on some level it provides pleasure. For example, with alcohol addiction, the act of drinking may feel good in the moment, but the physical body ultimately suffers from it. Similarly, with negative thinking, the pain body thrives on the energy generated from such thoughts, and seeks to generate more through further negativity. The pain body feeds on this energy, as it does not receive enough nourishment through other means, such as healthy relationships. The pain body is insatiable in its hunger for this kind of energy. It feeds on our negative thoughts, which become its food. And when there isn't enough drama in our relationships to satisfy it, the pain body turns to other sources. So, what do you do when you find yourself in this situation? Perhaps you've noticed those repetitive negative thoughts that haunt you daily. Awareness is the first step towards transformation, but the road ahead requires further exploration. Negative thoughts like, "You'll never get over this, so why try," and "What's the point?" can be so insidious that you may not even be aware of them the moment they arise. It's only after the fact that you acknowledge their presence. But the question is, can you cultivate enough presence to catch these thoughts in the moment or soon after they arise? Can you notice their futility, their repetitive nature, their pointlessness, and their untruth? And can you also notice that these thoughts don't serve you because they don't align with your true desires? When you become aware of these thoughts, you tap into the deeper part of you, the awareness that doesn't want the pain body to control your thoughts. It's the pain body that craves these thoughts and emotions, not your true self. As you begin to notice these thoughts, you may also realize that they are not what you truly want. The pain body within us craves this negativity, but as the awareness, you can choose a different path. You have the power to sever the link between your thought processes and the pain body, to break free from the cycle of negative thinking and to move towards a brighter future. So the key is to break the link between your pain body and your thought processes. By cultivating greater awareness and presence, you can sever this link and reclaim your power over your thoughts and emotions. It is only in this state of heightened awareness that we can sever the link between our thoughts and our emotions, thereby freeing ourselves from their vicious cycle. When negative thoughts arise, it is crucial to be present in the moment or immediately after, and to examine the thought closely. We must recognize the thought as just that, a thought, and not give it power by believing it. Many of us have experienced the kind of negative thinking that seems to perpetuate itself, leading us down a dark path. It's easy to get trapped in a vicious circle of negative thinking, believing that nothing works in our lives and that bad things always happen to us. But these thoughts are not reality, they are the product of our conditioned mind. We may have even found ourselves stuck in a pattern of thinking that reinforces a self-fulfilling prophecy, as if bad things are always bound to happen to us. But there is hope. By cultivating a state of presence and awareness, we can begin to break free from this pattern of thinking and transform our lives. We can begin to recognize the fallacy in our negative thoughts, and in doing so, we can open ourselves up to a new reality, one where we are no longer controlled by our thoughts and emotions. This awakening, while perhaps not the ultimate awakening, is a powerful step on the path towards true spiritual growth and transformation. A few years ago I found myself engulfed in a cloud of misery and discontent. I remember the nagging thoughts that bad things always happen to me and the resulting anger and resentment that consumed me. However, a spark of hope appeared when I read some books during a trip. These books were written by a spiritual teacher from Germany, and they introduced me to the concept that our thoughts play a role in shaping our reality. As I delved deeper into this newfound knowledge, I experienced a profound realization: my thoughts were responsible for the circumstances of my life. I couldn't help but feel a sense of wonder and awe at the idea that I could change my outer reality simply by changing my inner thoughts. It was a pivotal moment, and it opened up a world of possibilities for me. I became acutely aware of the power of my thoughts, and I began to take control of them. I recognized the value of stillness and focus, and it helped me cultivate a deeper sense of awareness. Looking back, I am grateful for this early awakening, and it set me on a path towards spiritual growth and transformation. I began to understand that the key to happiness and fulfillment lay not in the external world, but within myself. I practiced this new way of thinking, and soon I experienced a breakthrough. My greatest wish was within reach, and I knew it was a result of my efforts to change my thinking. I knew in my heart that this was not a mere coincidence, but the result of my deliberate efforts to change my thoughts. But, like all things, the initial excitement faded, and I found myself slipping back into old patterns of unhappiness. However, the memory of that breakthrough stayed with me, a reminder that I had the power to create my own reality. And so, I continued on my spiritual journey, seeking greater insight and understanding, knowing that each step brought me closer to the truth. In the practice of mindfulness, we learn to observe our thoughts without judgment, acknowledging their transitory nature. Try to approach the thoughts with a deep question: is it true? By asking this question, we invite ourselves to investigate the validity of our thoughts and their impact on our lives. It's a powerful technique that challenges the grip of thoughts on our psyche, allowing us to release ourselves from their hold. As we examine our thoughts, we begin to realize their futility and pointlessness, recognizing that they serve no purpose. We start to understand that our thoughts are often nothing more than illusions that we've constructed in our minds. The act of questioning our thoughts causes us to empty their power over us. So let us ask ourselves, is it true, and see where that question takes us on our spiritual journey. Remember, your thoughts have the power to shape your reality. By becoming aware of your thoughts and questioning their validity, you can free yourself from their negative grip and transform your life. So, make a conscious effort to be present and mindful of your thoughts. Use techniques like, "Is it true?" to challenge and defuse the power of negative thoughts. You have the power to manifest your dreams and create the life you desire. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our channel. Share this video with your friends and family who might benefit from this message. And don't forget to leave a comment below with your thoughts and experiences on the power of thoughts. Thank you for watching and joining me.